Alright, how you doing everyone? I'm Green Zero and we're back here with patch 1.03 again. We're up to the 4th update at the moment. So I'm bringing you some more matches from the patch. Let's jump straight into this one and have a look at the players. We have Pimp UIGI versus Spectre. So Spectre, well-known player there. And we also have two observers here, including the developer. We're on an interesting map actually. We'll just scroll around this map. It's pretty much just Tournament Rift, but it's been turned into a blue zone. And apparently the Tiberium regrowth rate has been changed or altered. I'm not too sure on the exact specifics of that, but it grows back faster, I think. I'm not too sure, but we've seen a few games on this map. So Spectre's over here, he's playing as GDI versus Pimp playing as Marked of Kane. So a lot more changes have come through. We're still on 1.02 economy, which is pretty much what was always going to stay, but a lot of tweaking to the Black Hand faction, and especially the Flame Tank. The Flame Tank was extremely well capable in a lot of people's opinions. Once it got into your base, it pretty much just demolished you. So they've just cooled down its range a little bit and made it not so resistant. So it should be a little bit better now. Anyway, Spectre's sending scouts across. Probably not the best idea to send out lone rifleman scouts against Mock, because these scouts here will easily defeat a lone rifleman squad. And there is an engineer there, and we can see that Pimp knows that squad is there and he's going to completely dominate them. So Spectre didn't send any more scouts to the bottom, so it looks as if Pimp is going to score himself a spike. There's his NG on the way. They can get the legs upgrade, make him faster. Obviously not going to get that at the moment, and he's actually garrisoning up this structure here just to prevent Spectre from getting in there. Spec does have some scouts in midfield. He's got one here. He's also got one here. Other changes in the patch, there's been a little bit of tweaking to a few of the other factions. I think Slingshot's got some attention, Tungsten may have got some attention. There is an installer now. Oh, I should have said that right at the start. There's an installer you can download and it automatically installs into the right folder. All you have to do is run it, and you can change between patch 1.03.4 and 1.02. And look at that, nice move by Pimp, runs them over. He's obviously got some bikes out there as well. There they go, they're up there. Anyway, about the installer, you can switch from patch 1.02 to 1.03 with a simple click. All you have to do is switch the switch to options in the core folder. And look, Spectre's brought both of his harvesters back. Probably not necessary. He needs to try and save that one there. Should have gone to the war factory. And now they're both shooting at the bike, and they might actually destroy the bike. Alright, they put a lot of damage on there. He could have done a lot better job of saving that harvester. He's probably just going to get away with it. He needs to stop moving so the repair drone can affect it, and that's better. Spectre got a little bit lucky there. You would have thought he'd been a bit quicker on the ball there. We also know, because this is a custom map, it doesn't have any kind of sluggishness about it. A lot of custom maps tend to have that. I don't know, maybe because it's just a reskinned Rift. But it looks like Spectre is going midfield. A lot of trees around. Looks pretty nice. I mean, Rift as a yellow zone was kind of a bit barren and bare. But I'm not sure if this map's going to catch on. The Tiberium field at the home field seems to be a lot bigger as well. I'm not sure if that's true. It just looks bigger, maybe because of the background, but I'm pretty sure it is. And the middle field looks bigger as well. I'm not sure again if that's just a trick because of all the greenery around the place. And Spectre, he's got a few pit bulls going forward. He's got 5 and 2. Pimp's probably a little bit behind. No, he's 5 and 2 as well, and he's expanding. He's got dual war factory, pumping out buggies. Buggies really resistant to rockets, so those pit bulls aren't going to be very effective. But again, those buggies obviously not anti-vehicle units. They're not going to be able to destroy too many pits. They get one now. He's probably going to mix some bikes in. There we go. So the buggies, they kind of tank the rocket damage, and the bikes do the work. The actual damage return fire there. So anyway, a lot happening in the new patch. It's definitely more balanced than 1.02. I can basically say that now. It's a lot more better. A lot of things have been fixed. I've probably mentioned this before, but the Titan and Predator bug, Zocon Predator bug, have been fixed. They were fixed in the last update, I think, though. So yeah, a few other XPs have been fixed for other units. Apparently, there are a few units that ranked up a lot faster than what they were supposed to, and people never really caught onto that. Anyway, we've got a battle here, and it looks as if a lot of bikes and buggies coming out from Pimp UIGI there, and he's cleaned out that harvester. Didn't lose too much, copped a little bit from Spectre. He really needs to get some infantry on the board here. He needs to get some rockets out. He's got pred tanks. They're going to do pretty good if Pimp keeps coming in and attacking like that. Obviously, because there's not a lot of predator tanks there yet, he's not going to do very well. But he really should invest in a barracks. He's going dual war factory predator tanks, but the problem with this is that Pimp can just go around the slow predator tanks. He can just drive around the map, around the bottom, and come up behind him, and there's no way Spectre's going to get there in time. He should get some rocket squads up. That would really give him a helping hand, because there aren't very many buggies left. Looks like full bike spam from Pimp here. Both his war factories working. He seems to be a little bit pressed for cash. He's got one expansion up, expansion refinery up there. He could send one of his harvesters down there now. It's probably about that time. Blue field in the center is almost fully grown. We can see the rift has been replaced with a river, and that's why the map is now called Tournament River. I think it's Tournament River, or is it? It might be something else actually. Something with river in it. Anyway, see, Pimp has just done exactly what I said he would do. He'd just go around the Predator tank army, and now Spectre's going to run back, but he's going to be way too late to stop this, and these harvesters are going to just run. There's a few Pred tanks that have come out of the war factory here, but yeah, he really should have got some rockets up. I mean, I'm probably not supposed to be telling what expert players should be doing, but you know, I mean, he knows there's a lot of bikes out there. His army is only just coming back now. He needs to move those harvesters a little bit better. He's trying to block with power plants. A lot of power plants there, but surprisingly, it doesn't appear that he's going to lose too many harvesters. He's lost two, at least two. Those ones will be okay. He needs to keep moving them around. That's nice. So he's not really going to lose too many harvesters here, but it's just that he's not harvesting any Tiberium at the moment. There's just nothing happening on this field. A lot of these bikes and buggies now getting cleaned up. I think Pimp needed to get out just beforehand, but now he's kind of left it too late and he's getting stuck. These Predator tanks are going to take this force. So Spectre only had these two harvesters here, bringing in Tiberium for quite a while there, so that's going to give Pimp a little bit of heads up, and now he's changed tactics. He's gone for tanks, he's gone for Scorp tanks, so now that he's wounded Spectre, or he thinks he's wounded Spectre pretty bad, it's probably not as bad as he thinks, because he didn't get that many harvesters, and he's running in his bikes here. They'll probably get that harvester if they focus fire. Oh, it wasn't done very well though. They're going to get this harvester, those tanks for sure. And the sell-off there, probably shouldn't have sold that one because it was blocking the line of sight for these Scorpion tanks, and they're moving through. They're not going to be able to take Predator tanks out, and that harvester desperately trying to get around the other side of the war factory. He's probably going to lose it, but all these Scorpion tanks have wasted so much time firing at that, and all these Predator tanks haven't been taking very much damage at all, and he's going to push them back. So Spectre is taking quite a hit. He's being really heavily attacked and aggressed. Another ref goes down through sold, and another one replaced there. So Spectre not getting not very much bang for his buck there, harvester wise. He needs to watch out. This harvester here is only brought in a tiny little bit, and that one isn't even full. A little bit of a bug that happens. They tend to want to go clean up those small Tiberium patches like it's doing now, and it won't harvest from the rest of the field. See, there we go. He picked up just that little bit there, and now it's going back. You really got to watch that. And that spike there, Spectre's spike being harassed, he's repairing it, so it's obviously costing money as well as generating money. So it's probably not the best idea in the world. Rifleman squad here cutting off some infantry. Looks like Pimp, he's still going heavy with the Scorps, and he's upgraded them, but he's putting in a lot of rockets now, so he is changing, evolving, and adapting in this game, and getting some upgrades. Spectre still wants to stand firm on his Predator tank army, but now he's sold his Conyard. He just sold his Conyard. I think he feels he's too far behind at the moment, and there's a dual Orca airfield here that he's putting up. He wants to get them down as quickly as he can and just surprise Pimp with them, and he's really going to surprise him. There's 3 Orcas done so far, and there's a wall of Predator tanks here. He can definitely push this back, but he's got to watch out because there's rockets coming through. Pimp has compensated for his weakness there, and he's put in a few extra units just to give himself, and look at that, Enlightened as well, upgraded Enlightened. They had their legs, they don't have their charged particle beams. He probably doesn't have a tech center for that. That harvester moving back, nice work. Orcas coming back in. Those Scorp tanks don't fully chase down that harvester, it will get away. Those Orcas really making a mess of them tanks, as well as these APCs, these Predator tanks, and a Shatterer. So now Spectre's mixing it up heavily, and he is definitely benefiting from that now. Now that he's got a good unit mix and he's got a lot of his weaknesses covered, he's doing a lot better. Amp goes off there. Amp isn't as bugged as it used to be. I'm not sure if it's completely 100% fixed, but it's being used very effectively by Pimp here, so it should be pretty good. And those veteran Predator tanks there have obviously caused a lot of damage, and now they're starting to go down. I don't think Enlightened can be crushed. Actually, I wouldn't have a clue. They probably can be. Nice Amp blast there going off. A Hammerhead comes out as well, so, and more Hammerheads, so he's obviously pumping from his airfields there. 2 harvesters there. That one probably needs some repairs. Not quite close enough to the war factory to get repairs when they're docked. It's probably not a good move. And these Hammerheads now. Pimp has, he appears to have run out of money. What's he doing? He's fully teched up. I'm not sure what he's looking to place. He's probably going to place a an obelisk at some stage, but he's losing his power plants. They're all going down, and I wouldn't be surprised. No, he does keep his power. That SAM site does get a few shots off. This War Factory will go down. One more buggy comes out, but that's probably just wasted. It's going to get killed without doing anything. So Spectre has managed to come back here through unit mixing. Sold his Conyard. He's still got an engineer there. He could have sent that to a spike, because at the moment Pimp has 2 spikes and he has 1. And his spike over here, it's actually still costing him money because he's repairing it. So the money it's generating is probably going towards its repair. And look at that, Imp Blast gets another tank. Only one. These Shadows are going to come back. Those Shadows will be very beneficial at the moment. They're going to carve through these units. Oh no, that hurts. Rifleman squad's coming in now. Just a few random ones. Actually, there's quite a few. But Supercharged Particle Venoms will clean them. There's one Shatterer still going. Let's see how much damage it does to these in line. Not much at all. That didn't really do too much. That one was a bit better. Took out one of the squad members. He's going to lose that Shatterer. Probably can finish this squad off. No, he gets Emped again. So Pimp using the Emp very well there. It appears to be somewhat fixed. So I'm not sure if further work needs to be done on that. Fully upgraded in line now. Fully upgraded Venoms. Marked of Kane's infantry is a lot better now. It used to be somewhat weak because of the bugged Emp and the fact that APM just ripped them to pieces. But not the case anymore. They're actually viable to use. You got to watch out though, because Spectre here is bringing a lot of Hammerheads, a big Hammerhead spam. And Hammerheads have never been popular in 1.02. We've never really seen them except from Zocom, and since no one really plays Zocom, we don't really see them at all. But now they didn't really get buffed in the 1.03. They've kind of been nerfed because they've lost their AP ammo damage significantly along with the rest of the AP ammo stuff, except for Wolverines, which only got a slight decrease. But Hammerheads did get a decrease from their AP ammo. I'm not sure that anything else was touched about them, but because Spectre only has airfields, he's just decided to pump a lot of them out. And that's going to hurt him. These Venoms though are going to rip them apart. They're obviously going to have to hang around these AA turrets, and no power. Conyard is back out though, so Spectre, maybe if he could drop a barracks, he could pump all those full of rockets, and then if those Venoms came up to him, he could smash them, or at least fire back. And Orca's taking damage now. He needs to get them out of there. The AA gun from the GDI hasn't had any of its stats changed since the last update. It still does a little bit more damage than regular. And he's got to watch out because they're actually knocking out a significant amount of those Venoms. They're still flying around. Pimp just trying to keep him busy, I guess. That engineer goes down. Spectre could have done something with that. He's probably going to lose this airfield as well. Another defense being queued by Spectre. He's going to need an airfield at some stage to repair these guys. Looks like his main field is almost gone. There's just one harvester left there, just harvesting, and it looks like Pimp's going to find it, but he's going to find a AA turret guarding it as well, and he probably can't take that out. He's probably going to come around. Could take that power plant out, I reckon. But it looks like he's looking for expansion and he's scouting around. Blue field still untouched. Pimp's probably going to be looking to move there soon. He's got more Venoms coming in, so he's put a lot of money into his Venoms. No Vertigos, still going infantry on the ground. He probably needs to do something about his economy. He's got some more Tiberium there. But yeah, he's going to have to expand and get some more bases up somewhat, because Spectre still has a lot of Tiberium here and he's still got a lot to work with. He just needs to do something about these Venoms now. He needs to get some AA out. Perhaps some slingshots. They'll be quite good against Venoms even without their upgrade. And he does have a comm center, and he is upgrading probably AP ammo. And there we go, slingshots. Slingshots in 1.03 have been the go-to counter for even medium air. Maybe not light anti-air, but medium anti-air. The slingshot has filled its place a little bit better. Can't crush infantry. A lot of people have lost tons of slingshots through trying to crush and realizing that they don't crush. They still don't fire on the move very well. They're not very good at firing on the move. Against Zocom, their tungsten can't stand up. In my opinion, I've lost many games because tungsten just won't stand up against Zocom at all. Slings will get dominated. I think they need to be able to fire and move their